All right, everybody, this is the Brock and Doc Show, and today we got Mike and we doing NXT Takeover Unstoppable.
All right, so on the last episode, we came to the conclusion that this Tyler Breeze guy, he's not gay. He's just the wrestling version of Zoolander. So, it wasn't a complete take back when I saw him this time. Now, on to Finn Balor, the Demon. This dude has the best, most wonderful hardcore wrestling entrance I've ever seen personally.
Yeah, Finn Balor's in. Yeah, you had to see that. Like, it's something you have to see. He only does it for the specials, and you have to see it.
And you did tell me that you were like, you see this entrance he did. It's nothing like that. Just wait till the next time.
Right, because his regular entrance is just kind of, hey, he's kind of crawling around a little bit. But
I mean, should I tell him about? You know what? I'm just gonna say you need to see it. I really can't truly describe it. You just have to see it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to describe. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those you just have to watch it.
It was so good. The crowd chanted afterwards. That was awesome. Yeah, so it was that good.
Oh yeah, the crowd went nuts for Finn Balor. I mean, they did.
Yeah. Now during the match, in real life, Zoolander would have no chance against a demon. But it's wrestling, so we just had to kind of wait and see who was going to win.
But hold on, before we get to the match, I like how when Finn Balor was coming out, Tyler Breeze was taking selfies.
Now I didn't see that one. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's just standing over there taking selfies. It was funny.
Wow. Well, Zoolander.
Hey, like I said, the man commits to character. I believe he should be on the main roster along with Finn Balor. I think both of them should be on right now.
Now, I don't know about Zoolander just because that's just my preference. I don't think I think Finn should go to the pros now. I think he should be on the roster. I mean, everything about this guy screams, it just screams that he just fits. He would fit well in the WWE.
Oh, no, Finn would be a big star.
Yeah, huge.
But I believe that Tyler Breeze would be all right in the mid card, and I think Tyler Breeze, like I said, he's a good wrestler. I mean, it was a good match.
Oh, yeah, the match was great.
When we get to the match, I mean, the match was good. Tyler Breeze, like I said, he's committed to character. I mean, I think he's a money player, not as big as Finn, but I think he's a good, good main roster guy.
Yeah, that was my favorite match personally. And let me also just say, the match was so good that I didn't even realize that JoJo wasn't there. I hadn't even seen her yet. That's how good the match was.
Yes, this man is infatuated with JoJo.
JoJo, if you're listening. Well, I'm not going to say that because, my girlfriend will probably kill me.
Yeah, but she's probably not listening anyway, so it's no need to get beat by your girlfriend.
I can dream. But anyway, so that should let you know my excitement over this match. It was really entertaining. I was also, what does NXT stand for? Is it just next without the E?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. I was wondering.
Because basically they're going to be the next big stars of the WWE.
Okay, I was thinking that, but I wasn't sure. I needed to make sure. So.
All right. Well, a couple quick notes from the match. Let's go toward the end. Tyler Breeze hits the supermodel kick.
Supermodel kick.
Hey, I kind of like that though. He hits the supermodel kick, and Finn Balor kicks out. He goes for what was the other move? I'm sorry.
Double stump.
No, that was Finn Balor's move.
Oh.
I'm talking about Tyler Breeze's other move.
Oh, I didn't know. So.
He took the turnbuckle off the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
And he hit him with the spinning heel kick.
Spinning heel kick. That sounds like a Chun-Li move.
But I forgot what.
We're just going to say the Chun-Li move.
Yeah, I forgot what Tyler Breeze's name for it was. But then Finn Balor kicks out. You think that's the end of the match where Finn Balor kicks out. And then these double stumps were just.
Those are just vicious.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how that's allowed. Because they showed, okay, he did at the end of the match, he did some double jump stump to Finn did this to Zoolander's ribs. To Tyler Breeze's ribs. He jumped. They showed a slow motion shot of this. This man was 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, it's an incredible sight. He also hit him with one coming out of the ring too. Tyler Breeze was outside of the ring.
Oh, and he jumped on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was lethal. That was bad. And then the one at the end of the match was even worse because, like you said, what you said something about it.
Yeah, look, he's gonna break a rib. Yeah. Eventually, or crush. Something's gonna happen with that.
That's a good finishing move because if the person is hurt, You won't know they're hurt, and he's going to win the match after that.
Yeah, because that's
There's
a
no
finish.
way. Yeah, there's no way. That's a finishing move.
Oh yeah. Also, before we get to the finish, Finn Balor was at the top of the entrance, and the crowd was just chanting, "Please don't die! Please don't die!"
Oh yeah. He was about to jump out on Tyler Breeze. That was hilarious.
So yeah.
The crowd really made a lot of these matches even more entertaining.
But overall, like I said, this is a great match. I think both of these guys are going to be big stars.
This was more entertaining than most of the main, like the WWE matches I've seen.
No, like I said, that was a great match, and these guys are great. Like Finn Balor, and Tyler Breeze, they should be on the main roster today.
Future stars. Okay.
All right, the next match, we didn't really watch the whole match. We're just gonna give you, Bayley.
I was happy. I was happy with what I saw. You didn't. I'm kind of glad you didn't have to watch the match. I didn't care about the match. All I know is there were a bunch of pretty white girls, and the entrances were colorful.
Yeah. Well, Bayley and Charlotte win.
Yeah, he told me who won, and I didn't care. I was just kind of too busy. Like, I don't know who the first two were, but one of the first two, I was like, man, who is that? Like, that's a nice looking lady. So
Yeah.
I mean, and
You
then
may be
fast
talking
forward.
about Emma.
Is it Emma? The blonde chick with the body.
Where it was two blonde chicks.
The blonde chick with the leather skirt or something.
Oh, yeah, that was the other one.
Oh, well. I liked what I saw. So anyway.
And we also skipped the Baron Corbin match versus Rhino, but Baron Corbin wins that match.
That's all I know about that match is Corbin won.
And then the next match that we watch and we review is Enzo and Cass versus Blake and Murphy. Let me say this.
Okay. What's up?
I like Enzo and Cass. I really do. And I hope that when they get to the main roster, they keep them together. But I'm pretty sure they're going to separate them because Cass is 7 feet tall. So, and Blake and Murphy, yes, Blake and Murphy look like wrestlers. Yes, they look like they should be on the main roster, but it's freaking Blake and Murphy. Like, how far can you? Your names are Blake and Murphy, really? Like,
well, the first name,
they have to change the names.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just call them the Gay Wonder Twins.
I mean, like, seriously, like
That's what they were.
There's no money in this. Blake and Murphy, like, hey, I'm Blake. Hey, I'm Murphy.
That is a bad name for wrestling.
I mean, I'll just say it. But anyway, back to Kaz and Enzo. The crowd loves Kaz and Enzo. Enzo comes out and he does his thing. The crowd chants, "How you doing? How you doing?" Then they get in the ring and they spell out SAWFT. So, I mean, like, I'm sorry. I like that. They ought to keep those guys together forever. That's a tag team. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the New Age Outlaws and how, like, one guy's the mouthpiece. The other guy comes out, whoops people except he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, well, I gotta say there was a third person on the team, Carmella, and I was like, who's this nice looking chick? And I was like, oh, I remember her. And I was thinking, man, she looks better than last time. And then she got in the ring, and then I noticed JoJo appeared, and that just kind of killed it for Carmella. I'm sorry.
Yes, this man is infatuated with JoJo.
JoJo looked better than Carmella. You've seen it.
Yeah, but
her standing next to Carmella, there's no competition.
But you were looking for JoJo, like you were waiting to see JoJo.
It's JoJo.
Like I said, you like JoJo. You're infatuated.
JoJo.
You infatuated
Mighty
with JoJo.
JoJo Young. Look, it's JoJo is that chick. Okay?
I mean, I understand it.
We know this.
You like JoJo. It's okay. She's a pretty girl.
Okay. As long as we
we agree on she's attractive.
Okay. So back to the match. So I got mad and I immediately hated the gay twins because they were blocking my view of JoJo. So I immediately went for soft. That's SAWFT, by the way. And clearly the crowd agreed with me in my sentiments, and they hated the gay Wonder Twins as well. Are they gay? Are those lovers?
I don't think so, but hey.
Anything can happen. I think it is happening. But anyway, I was mad because they were blocking my view of JoJo, and the crowd, like I said, the chants and stuff during this match was hilarious.
So the action, Enzo and Cass. Enzo is taking a beating for most of the match. He's taking a bad beating, and then out of nowhere he hits a flying DDT, and he tags Big Cass into the ring. So Big Cass comes in and he's just cleaning the house, just whooping both guys. foots to the face, throwing them all over the place. And then inexplicably, he tags his partner back into the match.
Why? The partner can barely stand. He tags him and he has to drag him to the other side. He doesn't even put him in the ring. He drags him, I guess, to do some kind of extra finishing move. Like, bruh, you're beating both of them by yourself. You're killing everything. You're about to win the match, and then you tag in your partner who is half dead.
Like, okay, if this was like, let's say it's a real fight, right? And me and you are fighting two guys. If you are half passed out, and I am beating the other two guys up anyway, I'm going to let you stay there, and I'm going to finish the match. Like,
exactly. Don't worry about me. Let me rest. I need my rest.
So I hate to finish because
I can't help you.
Right. So
I've done my part. I've done enough.
Big Cass beats up both guys, and then he just, like I said, he tags Enzo. He has to almost carry Enzo to the corner, puts him on the top rope, and then that's when Alexa Bliss comes out, hits Carmella. He goes to see what happens, and Blake or Murphy, I don't even know which one it is, just one of those two guys, kicks him in the head, and then the other one, then Alexa Bliss trips Enzo from the top rope, and Blake and Murphy retain the titles.
I gotta say, I do like Alexa Bliss.
I'm sure you do.
I really do. But I didn't like how she sabotaged the match. I mean, she helped the Gay Wonder Twins win.
Let me see.
You can't do that.
Well, maybe they're not so gay.
No. The fact that they didn't even look at her after they won the match. After they won the match, they hosted her up on their shoulders and like, yeah, we won the match. Do you know what I would have done? You know what? I'm not gonna say anything about what I would have done.
Okay, let's not.
Let's go ahead to the next match.
But unfortunately, Cass and Enzo lose. Next match.
Yes.
To me, I think this was the second best match on the show.
Yes.
And it was a close second.
Yes.
Cause Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, I had to give both of them a standing ovation, man. That was a good match.
Yes, and yeah, I mean, well, you already know I enjoyed the match. Because the moment the match came on, they didn't even go to the match. They were showing flashbacks. And I was like, who is that? And you were like, hey, you remember it's Sasha Banks, remember? I was like, oh, yeah. Forgot. So, yeah, Sasha Banks, her face is better than JoJo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, JoJo, but Sasha is beating you in the face department. You got the body. If you could put Sasha Banks' head on JoJo's body, that would be kind of weird because I think Sasha's head is a little bigger than JoJo's too.
Well, I actually enjoyed the match.
No, the match was amazing as well. And I like the little Assassin's Creed outfit she came out with it first, and Becky Lynch, she fine too. JoJo was in the ring. It was amazing. There were three of my favorite women in the ring at once. It was amazing. The crowd during the match, the match starts and the crowd is chanting Sasha's plastic. No, and the other side is chanting no, she's not. We had to talk about this. Do you think she's plastic? At all?
I couldn't tell from what she was wearing.
I think she's too skinny to be plastic.
I would guess not.
I mean, she has a little something back there and I think if you're going to get implants, it's one of those go big or go home type things. So I don't think she's plastic.
Right. I mean, that's potentially all her. But anyway, back to the match.
That might get in the way of her wrestling as well.
Sasha really worked over Becky Lynch's arm. And you could just see, you could see the whole story of the match. Sasha really went after that arm. She went hard at her. And like I said, Sasha, the boss, seriously.
She had boss written across her butt cheeks.
I had to give her props on that. She's the boss, man. She should be on the main roster tonight.
Yeah, after you get over how fine she is and you look at the actual wrestling skills, she's top notch. She should be in the WWE immediately.
Becky Lynch makes her comeback.
Yeah, Becky is good too. Becky's real good too. This was a very good match. This was.
And then, like I said, Becky's making her comeback. She catches Sasha coming from a flying body cross to the outside, throws her into the steps, throws her back in the ring. Becky goes to the top rope. Sasha just pops up out of nowhere, arm breaker from the top, and then she puts in the bank statement. Sasha wins again.
And on a side note, that ref is one lucky bastard.
Oh, yeah. There was a point in the match, I had to write it down. For whatever reason, okay, Sasha has Becky in the corner. And the ref is just kind of like just caressing Sasha, counting 1, 2, 3.
He's like,
get off, get off,
get off her.
But he
his hand is not moving.
Right.
It's just on there. He's just kind of rubbing her. Get off her.
He just has his hand
back
on
up.
her, and he doesn't try to pull her or anything.
He doesn't push like you like any other ref in any other match would just push the ref. They push the wrestlers off. She's just there, and he just kind of. He almost has her in like a arm hug, like,
and I'm like, dude,
get off. Like it's like he's whispering in her ear.
It's like, ref, are you caressing Sasha? Like, wait a minute.
Like it looked like he wanted to say, "Get out, baby." Yeah, that's what he wanted to get sexy with.
I mean, I'm just saying,
I'm
like
just
that,
saying.
that kind of bothered me right there.
Hey, I was just jealous. I'm jealous. I need to be a ref. That's my next job, ref in the NXT.
Yeah, you know you get
Only
sued.
the women matches.
You know you get sued for sexual harassment, right?
Is he sued? Has he been sued?
I mean, I don't know, but come on, like.
If I see him on the next episode, then I will know when my dream job will come true.
Well, you know they don't get to choose which matches they ref. I don't think.
Well, I'm gonna pay off some refs and only ref the women matches.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
It should.
You have to talk to Triple H about that.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to him and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Match 6.
The main event. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Both these guys, like I said, this is another set of guys that should be on the main roster. I don't even know why they even had to go through NXT. And Sammy's been there for a while. I think Sammy's been there for a couple of years now.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you look at Kevin Owens and Seth Rogen, it's one of those things where I think
they both resemble Seth Rogen.
Okay, they both do, but one resembles Seth Rogen a little bit more than the other.
Sammy's a great wrestler, man.
He is. Seth Rogen is an amazing wrestler.
Sammy's
I'm just saying
great.
he is. I mean, like the crowd should have been chanting "Let's go Rogan" and clapping all that stuff. Oh, and JoJo appeared as well.
I'm sure you're waiting for that.
I'm always waiting for that. Always. So, you know, Sami Zayn, aka Seth Rogen. I don't know which name he uses, but so Zayn and Owens, they show the flashbacks. They show Owens beating the crap out of Zayn, but apparently he beat up Zayn before the match, and that made it easier. One thing I do want to talk about before we get to the match, why is it that in the main event the entrances were mild compared to the others? Like the first match was Finn Balor and Tyler Breeze, and those were some amazing entrances.
Well,
They had glitter and smoke and darkness, and he came out in costume and body paint and stuff. And then Owens comes out in the main event. It's some music playing and it's darkness. There's no lights. He just walks out with the belt.
Well, see, that goes back to the personality of the person coming out. Like I say, Owens.
So Owens has no personality.
It's not that. Owens is just a straight fighter. Like he's coming out to beat people up. There's no show. I'm just gonna beat the hell out of you.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
And yeah, and you see how he wrestles. I mean, his whole style is I'm just gonna beat the hell out of you.
This is true. I mean, it didn't start out that way during the match.
Nah, Sami Zayn came out house on fire, man. He gave Kevin Owens the business.
He destroyed him
He was
for most of the match.
like I said, he gave Kevin Owens the business, man. Like I said, Sami Zayn just took major control, but then the pop-up power bomb on the apron, and that killed Zayn right there.
Yeah, so Zayn is just on the ground. These are the worst refs ever. There's 4 refs and a doctor, apparently, and they can't keep Owens away from an unconscious Sami Zayn. He's just going out. It's outside the ring. He's just beating the crap out of him. The refs will push him off and then forget about him, and he'll come back and beat the crap out of Zayn some more. I'm like, y'all have to be the worst referees in the history of wrestling because you're just letting them beat the crap out of Zayn.
Epic post-match beatdown.
Like, I've never seen anything like that in wrestling, ever.
Well, you haven't watched a lot of wrestling, though, Mike.
Like I said.
Okay, well, yes, your statement stands.
Exactly. So eventually, Owens pulls Zayn back in the ring, and he gets out a chair, and he's about to beat the crap out of the guy with a chair.
Wait, before he does that, he also beat up general manager.
Oh yeah, the general manager
William
came
Regal.
out, and he's not a small guy at all.
No, he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
He was a wrestler for a long time.
Okay, well he came out and he's in Owens' face telling him to back off, and Owens ain't listening, so he tries to like get him in a neck lock, a headlock. and grabs him some way, and then Owens beats him up and continues his assault on Zayn.
Now, Mike, I have to talk about the next part because you don't fully grasp the coolness of the what just happened. Like
I knew something grand was happening.
yeah, Samoa Joe. Okay, there are 3 guys that have not worked, to me, in my opinion, that have not worked in the WWE yet that should have been there years ago. And at the top of that list is Samoa Joe. Like, this dude is awesome. Ring of Honor, he was the man. TNA, he was the man. Samoa Joe is like Kevin Owens himself. I think Samoa Joe is much better. Much better. I mean, like I said, he's coming out just to beat you up. That's why the crowd chants, Joe's gonna kill you. Joe's gonna kill you. You know, he is the freaking man. Like I said, there's another guy, AJ Styles. I don't think he'll ever be there because, you know, AJ's almost 40 now. And Jay Lethal, in my opinion, should be there, but it's still time for Jay Lethal. But anyway, back to Joe.
Samoa Joe, he looks like a killer.
Yes.
He does. He has this wild look in his eyes like, I'm going to kill you. And Owens was clearly a little bit afraid of this guy.
Right.
Clearly.
I can't wait to see that match of Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. Nor can I wait to see Samoa Joe, Finn Balor. Nor Samoa Joe, Sami Zayn. I mean, that's a lot of great matches.
Speaking of Joe, I can't wait to see more of Joe.
Yes, I understand that.
I just want to let you know.
No. I was well aware of this before we even started watching.
Okay.
So, like I said, this NXT was just, man, the end, because like I said, I marked out for the Joe thing. Like, the Joe thing got me. So I can't wait to see Joe in the ring. I think he will be wrestling at the next NXT on the next televised show. So you get to see some more Joe wrestle finally. And yeah, you'll probably see JoJo too.
Yeah, and just overall, I really liked this episode of NXT. I liked everything from beginning to end. I mean, you had Zoolander, you had a demon, you had a 7-foot tall guy beating the crap out of the Gay Twins. You had Samoa Joe coming in and keeping Seth Rogen off, keeping one Seth Rogen off the other Seth Rogen, and then you, of course, to top it all off, you had JoJo.
Right.
They didn't get a side shot of JoJo this time, so that ticked me off a little bit. But any JoJo was good JoJo.
Yeah, this show, 2 thumbs up. If you have not seen it, watch it. Even the matches we didn't talk about were still great matches. Like I said, the whole show, 2 thumbs up.
Yep, I'll be back for the next episode.
Well, that's it. Today's edition of Brock and Doc, No Doc. We got Mike instead. Peace.